Welcome to the Deck Specialist Podcast for builders, designers, and deck pros pushing the limits of outdoor living. Get insider insights, advanced techniques, and strategies to grow your craft and your business. Because great decks build more than homes, they build reputations and memories. Get ready for something special, the Deck Specialist Podcast.
Regal Ideas, the choice for homeowners nationwide. Fall in love with the outdoors again by creating an outdoor oasis. Make your deck come alive with Regal Ideas. For more inspiration, visit regalideas.com.
Welcome back to the Deck Specialist Podcast, the show where we talk with the pros who are raising the bar in outdoor living. Your host today is Sarah Graves, managing editor of Deck Specialist magazine, and our guest today needs no introduction, but we're giving him one anyway. He went from platinum-selling artist to power tool-wielding pro. That's right, Rob Van Winkle, or as you know him, Vanilla Ice is in the house. You know him from the hit song Ice, Ice Baby, but these days he's making waves with custom builds, luxury renovations, and deck designs that are anything but ordinary. We'll talk about how he made the leap from music to construction, what inspires his builds, and what it really means to bring creativity to the job site. So grab your hard hat or your headphones, and let's get into it.
Rob, welcome to the show. You've been a household name since the 90s, but these days you're just as comfortable with a power tool as a mic. Let's rewind the tape and dig into how this all began. You blew up fast in the early 90s. Was there a surreal pinch me moment on tour or on set that sticks with you today?
I've got a million front porch stories I could sit down and tell you of all kinds of different great things that have happened and crazy things that have happened to me. My life has definitely been a roller coaster of excitement, to say the least. But, we have many chapters to it. And it just, throw a dart on wherever you want to start. That's all it is.
Well, you didn't, when you were really young, you started in motocross. And that was something you started, I believe I read about 12 or 13. And coming into this interview, you mentioned that even on one of your job sites, you were riding your bike on the dirt. What drew you to that sport, and how much time do you get to ride these days?
I still ride motocross today. I got a new electric bike that's faster than anything I've ever thrown a saddle over. It's unbelievably fast, like on the level of I can't believe it. But I grew up, since I was 7 years old racing motocross, and it's never left me. I keep the competitive drive with everything I do in life. And, of course, when I go to the track now, I still ride like I'm a teenager. It's crazy. When you get on the track, you just, all you're doing is thinking about jumping and enjoying yourself until you crash, and it becomes the worst sport on earth really quick. But it's the greatest sport on earth while you're riding. You can actually feel like you're flying when you're jumping through the air, and it's just a freedom and therapy as well. And it's a great sport to keep you, out of trouble and athletic. But I don't really recommend it for people that, can't handle the fact that you can get seriously hurt. So you always got to remember that. But best sport on earth. And I still race and do all that and keep that competitive drive with life and everything I do. I wake up very early every morning because I do construction, but I love it. It's developed a very fun competitive drive that I actually, show my daughters, and they have it now, and they know how to go out and use that as a kind of a tool set in your everyday life of everything, because accomplishing things in life, like getting a degree at college or anything to be successful, whatever you're doing to be successful, you're going to need that knowledge and that self-discipline and that willpower and competitive drive to wake up in the morning and really be successful. It's kind of a chemistry. You need all of the above, You don't want to sit there and twiddle your thumbs, not figuring it out. So always remember the day before you're doing something, what you're going to do the next day, you'll have a jump start. That's it.
Nice. Would you call that a little bit of an outlet?
I call it an outlet. I call it an therapy. I call it one of the greatest, things to teach you in life. It's athletic. It's everything. To me, motocross has taught me so much. But there's other things it can teach you too. You just got to, absorb it. It's like a windshield wiper. Most people never look at the windshield wiper. They look through it. But every time that windshield wiper comes across like that, that's an opportunity to go enjoy yourself, have fun. Always remember life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. God, I sound like some kind of positive beacon for love and life, but it's true. I mean, I get it how I live it. So I like to represent how I live it to people so that they can find happiness too, because this world is a snow globe. It's all shaken up. Everybody takes things too serious. I'm from the 90s, man. We didn't take things too serious. Cheesy was easy. And it was great. I think that the 90s was the last of the great decades before computers ruined the world. So for me, I'll take my Blockbuster back. I'll take all of the technology back. I'll take my 5.0. We're the first generation to rip our back seats out and put in subwoofers. I mean, I can't listen to it that loud now, but I sure did love it back then. It was crazy, just the things that we did to get out of the house, get off of technology. There wasn't anything to really keep us indoors. We always got in trouble for not coming home on time. We didn't have Fortnite and 9 million movies to look at and everything else. So I believe in that. I don't like cyber world too much because I'm from the 90s. And it's hard to get things done and get out there and be successful when you're staring at a screen all day, right? Like you need to get out, and especially in construction world. And having motocross in my whole life as a constant thing, I wake up ready for the starting line to drop. We always say when the gate drops, the bullshit stops. Let's get up early and go out and be competitive and achieve our goals in life, because we can all sit around and twiddle our thumbs, but you got to wake up with purpose, meaning, drive, ambition to get out and have fun and make this life special for yourself, because it goes over with a blink of an eye. So you want to make sure that enjoy yourself. That's why it's in. My mom always told me, she gave me great advice. She says, what nobody looks at or focuses on. I said, what, Mom? She said, look, the instructions. I said, what instructions? She said, life, liberty, and the pursuit. She goes, the word nobody focuses on is pursuit. Pursuit. It's in there. Get out and pursue your ass some fun and happiness in this life. Do not let it get to you and all the things that are try to hold you down or slow you down or depress you, or maybe sit there and occupy your time when you could be doing something better. Think about all this, I'm telling you, because this is the greatest therapy anybody could ever have. I'm giving you my mom's therapy. She was the best. She said, also, keep your dancing shoes on. I said, what do you mean, Mom? She goes, every day you wake up, put your dancing shoes on. I said, okay, that sounds, what do you mean? She says, you got problems in your life, dance through them. You need to go around a construction site, dance your way around there. You'll be happier. And the happier you are, the more successful you are. And the more focused you are, and the more energy you have to do and succeed in life at whatever you want to accomplish. And she was right, and it works. And if you see everything that I've done in my life, I apply that same chemistry, and it works. It works. So there you have it for free. I just gave you free ice advice. And always remember, smiles are contagious, man. Don't let the news channels divide us. We're all one across the board and every border. We're all one. All right. Enjoy, shake a hand, make a friend, enjoy everybody's company. You might learn something. Isn't that great?
That's where you learned your positivity, is your mom?
100%. My mom gave me all my positivity, man, and life experiences, and just, figuring it out along the way. I've seen a lot of stuff. So you have to figure out things along the way. But yeah, Mom gave me these really great little like one-liners, like phrases. And I come up with my own, like through the movies that were unscripted. I even, in Cool as Ice, this movie I did way back in the 90s, I said, drop that zero and get with the hero. That wasn't in the script. I just say these things and they end up like this iconic one-line things. And that all comes from my mom. I think indirectly, even though my mom told me white boys don't rap, and I ended up 6 months later buying her a house and a car and a swimming pool. We grew up poor, so it was great. And she's my biggest fan now. But she said that to motivate me, and it did. So she was very good at, getting me to absorb her messages. Instead of a long lecture, just give it to you in a really short, little quick phrase that means a lot, you know? Focus on the word pursue. Get off that couch, you lazy bum, and go pursue some happiness and make something of yourself. That's what she was telling me,
It's
Dad.
fantastic.
Get
I
up and
love
dance, you know? And if you dance, oh, here's another one she told me. And if you dancing, you're always happy. I said, huh? She goes, no matter what, physically, if you're really dancing, try to find, I don't care how old you are, how lazy you are, how out of shape you are. You can dance in the kitchen. You can throw some Otis Redding on and cook and start dancing while you're cooking. No excuses. Dancing is the greatest therapy in the world. Literally, we dance on construction sites when people are all. Here's the reason my mom said that is because she made a quick phrase. She goes, try to think about it. I said, what do you mean? She goes, can you physically make yourself dance if you're miserable? And I stopped and I said, I pondered for a minute and I'm like, no, you cannot. You cannot turn that switch on. Let's say, you know, something really bad just happened, you know. I don't want to say anything bad, like a dog died or something, whatever. You know, I'm saying something bad happened. Do you dance right away? You can't. You can't make yourself dance. So physically, if you're happy, you're going to dance more. There's the ice advice from Mama Ice. Keep your dancing shoes on when you wake up. Dance through all your problems in life, and you won't take everything so serious, and you'll be more happy. And all the people that are dancing around you will have to follow the same chemistry. They're going to be happy too. It's how you surround yourself with happy people.
I
Dancing.
think the same thing with singing. I mean, you
Well, that's
can't
what brings
be
happiness.
miserable singing either.
Well, actually, you can. I beg to differ. Have you ever listened to Tammy Wynette or George Jones?
No. Okay.
Perfect example. 30 number one hits of being the most miserable celebrity life that you could ever imagine. The life you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy. Go Google Tammy Wynette. You'll understand when you see it. There's also a story, I think it's on like Prime or Hulu or something or whatever, one of those. Uh, really, really great series about Tammy Wynette and George Jones. Check it out. You'll understand that they lived the most miserable life and they sang about it. And that became the heart of country music. George Jones had like, I don't know, 20 number one hits. Tammy Wynette had 30, and they were all miserable. If you listen to it, it's sorrow. It's not dancing. But I do get what you mean, because when I dance and when I sing, I don't sing about that mess. I sing about happiness, the 90s, get everybody dancing. That's why I'm on the I Love the 90s tour right now. I am the oldest teenager in town, literally. And I mean, obviously on Monday, I got to be my real age because it's construction time. But on the weekends, yeah, definitely. So the I Love the 90s tour keeps me dancing, keeps me young. And it also portrays and pushes out there the larger image of how great the 90s really were. The last of the great decades and how dancing was just kind of a common thing. We kind of just did it around school or anywhere, even if you weren't very good at it. It was just awesome. So my advice to everybody out there, dance more. You need more dancing in your life because you'll be happier. Trust me. Can't dance if you're miserable.
Any
I bet you didn't think this
breakdancing
interview was going to go like this, but when you get some coffee in me, I'm ready to spill all the good positive energy.
I was going to ask you, do you have any breakdancing in your repertoire?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Breakdancing is where I came from. I used to spin on the mall on my head, I mean, at 14 years old, with a piece of cardboard and a big jam box out there. The mall doesn't even exist anymore. Valley View, Prestonwood, these malls are flattened and like condos are built. And I used to make $40 a day at 14 years old back in the 80s. And that was a lot of money. And we were poor, so I got more money basically just hustling, doing that and doing something I love. Then all the rich kids across town could get for allowance. They basically got about $5 a week for allowance. I remember those days. And at 14 years old, I would chase the girls around the mall, eat some pizza, go see a movie, and still have change left over. You know, that's a lot of money for back then. And yeah, that's how I learned at an early age. I love doing this, and that you can make money doing something you love. And I never stopped. I never really stopped that passion, that drive, that ambition that it took to do everything And I really wouldn't wish my life on my worst enemy to get here, because I've had to jump over lots of hurdles that could have killed me. Many details to that, but I'm here. I'm a survivor. Made the right choices, um, and I've survived lots of things that were thrown at me throughout the years, and really just stayed grounded by motocross. Kept me, grounded. I go out to the track and I sit there and talk with all my friends that I've known since we were kids. We talk to their grandparents. We talk to, and everybody forever. Their family. They don't care if you're Vanilla Ice. They'll put you over the berm, because that's like, I don't know, $200 more. I ride the professional class, so every position is more money,
Right.
And it's no big money for me, but for them, it probably is. They're out there seriously racing for the money, and I'm out there competing, trying to keep them from getting it too. I'm riding my pace. If you can pass me, let's go. That's what motocross is, and they respect me for that, and I respect them. So that it keeps you grounded. Also, I've got 4 kids, that keeps you grounded. I do construction, man. If that don't keep you grounded, nothing else will. So I just like to spread the love out there to everyone, that hardworking people that know how to put it together, because there's so many obstacles to life that you could take the wrong path really quick, real easy. And a lot of it's just from boredom. So keep yourself occupied, keep your dreams alive at all times so they can come true. Keep your ambition, your competitive drive, your self-discipline, and all that. And that's the chemistry it takes to really pursue success and happiness.
Well, you had mentioned about, staying happy and, and being involved in construction, and you more or less reinvented yourself, from a
Indirectly, never
indirectly,
purposely. I
right?
don't think about inventions, or the only time I ever thought about inventions was when I wrote Ice Ice Baby. Got a brand new invention.
Well,
And
I
that's
mean,
it.
but
Now,
more
I
or
always
less,
come up with brand new stuff and do cutting edge stuff, but in my brain, I never think about how I'm going to be perceived. I'm myself. I think I learned that a long time ago when I went on The Surreal Life with Ron Jeremy. It was a reality show back in the day on the WB network. And I spray painted on the wall, "Be yourself," because they were wanting me to be something I wasn't really. It's just artificial, everything became artificial. And I just was like, just be yourself. There's no need to put on an act. There's no need to, be phony. Like, I've seen other construction shows out there, and, I don't like talking bad about anybody else, because they got their thing. And if they're successful, they're successful. But I see some people at construction sites, and I'm a construction guy, man, for 30 years. Like, I've been doing this. This isn't new for me. And they're on TV and they got like a brand new tool belt with the tag on it and no tools in it. And I'm like, bro, this is so staged and so phony. It's like, real construction people see that. They know you're not doing anything, man. And a real tool belt looks like Willie Nelson's guitar. It's all wore out and beat up and leathered, and it shows the construction life on it. It's a great indication to show that you really are a construction person, not some brand new tag, no tool in, wearing tool belt, and you're sitting there with your arms crossed and some kind of flannel shirt tucked in with some Timberland boots on, acting like you're a construction guy. I don't know, to me, I was like, okay, so our show takes longer to film because we're real. We don't have a B team to come in and finish what we just started here on TV. And okay, guys, we finished filming. Now you take over and finish it. It's us. We do it, and we're proud of it, and we showcase it. And I've been doing this for a long time. Network doesn't help me out with anything, money-wise, and nothing. It's all my money. I invest it, and I risk it to believe in myself and achieve in myself the excitement and the thrill of real estate. And it could stress most people out, and they do. But for me, I enjoy it. I'm conditioned for it. And I know how to deal with the ups and downs of construction life. And they sure don't show that on our TV show. They make it look very glamorous, very easy. They edit things to make it look faster than it actually is. And a lot of my friends' wife, they watch the show, and they put my friends to work. They make them get tool belts. These guys they're fishermen. They don't know how to change backsplashes. They don't know how to, they say, if Vanilla Ice can do it, you can do it. So honey, get out there. And my friends will call me up and go, bro, we love your show, but man, I wish my wife never would have ever watched it. I say, why? He goes, because bro, I tore up the bathroom trying to put a new bathroom in and I can't finish it. Do you know anybody that can help us? We started it. I've never done construction before. And you made it look so easy on the show. And now, yeah. So I tell them, listen, this is the learning experience for you. Keep at it. Don't stop. You will learn along the way.
Well, tell me how you got involved in construction. What drew you to it?
I did a house on Star Island that I had some very expensive designers come in and do my whole house, and I paid them a lot of money, and I went around the house and watched them while they were doing it. You know, it took 2 years to build this house on Star Island, and I had everything like custom, you know, like I had a staircase with fish swimming in them, like real fish, acrylic staircase. You go walk up and you can see the fish underneath your feet. But they made it really cool at first because I was young, you know, and I had purple rooms, green rooms, red rooms. It was very Art Deco. And that's because I lived in Miami, so it was all about kind of representing that Art Deco Miami style, you know. And I don't know, when I walked in my own house, it felt very cold to me after it was finished. And it felt almost like I was it was 9 bedrooms, and it was like I was in this shopping mall or something after closing hours. And you're in there all by yourself, and you're like, I need some friends. Where is everybody? Can you guys come over and hang out? You want to play basketball? You know, it's weird how colors. We had a movie theater room that was all red ceiling, red couch, red everything, TV, red everything. I'm talking, and I'd come out of the room and I'd take a deep breath, like, whew, and I was like, man, I'm so happy to be out of that room. Why? And I didn't know until I went to design school. So I got a degree in design about 18, 19 years ago, and I learned about design. So I learned about why those colors were bothering me and why you need earth tone colors. They do play moods. They do generate feelings indirectly in your subconscious, in your brain, in your eyes, and the way they portray things. Certain colors bring happiness. Certain colors bring sadness, and red was a sadness color. So I learned all this, and I learned about throw pillows, earth tone colors, and how to warm up everything in gigantic closets for the ladies. So basically I learned how to think like a lady and a woman in design school, because at the seminars that I go to about real estate, and I read all these books from this guy named Robert Sheeman. I learned so much from those books, going to Borders and everything on how to make money in real estate and how to really properly flip houses. And that's why I went to design school too, because you and I both and everybody have seen, just because you have money doesn't make you a great designer. You've seen money spent that just looks horrible, you know, on a lot of these houses. And you're like, you spent a lot of money, but God, your color combinations and everything you did is awful. So the design school helped me tighten all that up. And, you know, I learned about floral print and carpets. I learned how to, the reason I do that is because I learned in the books and the seminars about real estate that the woman always buys the house, never the man. Never. Do not cater to a man. I'm giving you some really good, very expensive, lots of years of real estate advice for free right now, but that is the truth. So when I build my homes, you'll see that I put these extremely lavish bathrooms with sunken down, cascading waterfall bathrooms with a Chase lounger in it with a tub down there, you know, a hot tub for the bathtub, you know. That's certainly not for men. I put in all these body sprays and rain heads and crate, you know, showers and gigantic, like you could fit an elephant in there. And that is not for the man. The lighting, I have 8-foot high, purposely driven lighting to allow a drape in for real lighting, because I know for a fact that women do not like to put their makeup on with fake lighting or indirect lighting or any kind of lighting. They want real natural light from outside. So you put those in, and every house, and gigantic closets. Closets need to be bigger than they ever were in the 90s or anything before even the 2000s, because women have more shoes, more purses than they've ever had. And the type of ultra wealthy mansions that I'm building, I cater to the woman. So it works This is my method. And every time there's any comps in the neighborhood and I throw up a house for sale, it sells immediately. They don't change anything. In fact, they write me notes and says how great they're not going to change it. You built my dream house. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You read my mind. When really all I did was think like a woman and build this house to cater. Because every time I I own the real estate company as well. So Angela, my partner, she goes in and sells the houses for me. She'll go in and tell me every single detail. So that's how I get my input on how to sell the houses. I use that. She'll come in and go, it's always the woman that makes the decision. And the guy comes in and goes, honey, do you like this one? And she goes, yeah, we're going to take this one. You pay for it. And we're going to raise our family here. And we'll renew our vows in the backyard. This is the perfect house. And it's because I put the floral print in the carpet. It's because the bathrooms are bigger than down the street for the comps. It's because the bathrooms and the closets have a rotisserie for shoe rack in it. You know, I put $500,000 in a closet easy. And I get every penny back. Most people won't risk that. They'll put a basic closet in there that everyone's seen because they're doing just a spec house. I don't build spec houses. I build art houses. I put everything. I never look at the receipts. Don't care. I live in Palm Beach, and if they want it, they can buy it and they can afford it. That's just the way it works here. I build it the way they want it, and they don't even know it until they see it. It's amazing, right? Like that I learned from going to and reading and seminars, and you need that design touch. So that works. That's my chemistry, is to deck out these homes, gigantic kitchens, big pantries. None of this is for a man. It's just for a man's wife. And every house that I sell demographically, they're all family. You know, if you can always remember that I don't sell to any bachelor. I've never sold a house to a bachelor. Every single house I've sold has been to families, because if you look at the way the demographics work, they'll tell you this in the books too, that anything with over 3 or 4 bedrooms is going to be a family, most times, 99% of the time. So you're catering to that.
Well, tell me, the contractors that read our magazine, they're building the outdoor spaces that are connected to those indoor spaces that you just described. And what would you want them to understand about the design of the outdoor space? And who do you design that for? Is that for the wife or the husband or both?
Well,
and
now
how do you change that?
Great question. I love it, as I'm sitting outside, and you can see why. We live in Florida. It's year-round outside. So yes, that's for the man, the family, the kids, the wife, and everybody outside. But those other, specific things are really what sells the house, to be honest with you. Kitchen, closet, giant bathrooms. But because the lady's going to make, the wife makes the choice. Trust me. And the guys, what they like really don't matter, but they're going to like this pool, the hot tub, the garage space, the man caves, the landscaping. Can I show you panoramic?
Absolutely.
They're going to like the grills, pizza ovens. They're going to like the garage, and the more garages. They're going to like the little golf course things and tennis courts over there. You want to see some stuff?
Sure.
All right. Coming over my little bridge, I go over this lazy river. You kind of can see it. The lazy river. I built this house, jumped over it with my motocross bike. Then what's funny is I was planning on flipping this, right? I have a zip line in here. And I ended up having kids, and I'm stuck here now, so it's like I love the neighborhood. So I went over to my neighbor's house, and I said, you guys might want to sell your house. I'll offer you more money than you ever thought. And they said, no, we've been here about a year, and we put a new roof, air conditioners, not interested. I guess he went in and told his wife, and she comes out. He chases me down the street, and he goes, what kind of offer are you talking about? And I said, I'll do an appraisal on your house, $600 for an appraisal. And I said, listen, if you'll sell me this house, whatever it appraises at, I'll give you $100,000 on top. She goes, you'll do that? I shook her hand right there and made a deal. I closed on the house, and I went and I drove my bulldozer. I have all these excavation equipment. You see my tractor in the background over there. And I flattened her new roof and her air conditioners and everything. And I started over from scratch, and here's that house. So I just added it onto my property here. And that was just a little ratty house that was kind of beat up, built in the 80s or something, and I flattened it, and that was I believe it's season 8. You can watch this house on the Vanilla Ice project. And if you see this railing, I'm going to take you over here, and I'm going to show you. We built a infinity pool. big lap pull. I got a 50-person hot tub over here that we built. We built cascading waterfalls. So as far as decks and outdoor spaces, this is a helicopter hangar right here. And this door comes up and the helicopter slides in. It lands right here. And just to make sure that all the clippings from the grass don't go in the pool, we put in the artificial turf everywhere and put a little 9-hole golf course around the property. In the back there, you see that's kind of wooded. That's 4 acres of 4x4 and four-wheeler course, all in dug out with my excavation machine so we can get muddy and have fun. But outdoor spaces are extremely important, and you can see the amount of detail that I put into all of it. And one of the special details comes from Regal Ideas, my favorite railing. You may have seen them on the show. You'll look at it up there.
Beautiful.
That is a gorgeous railing, and it lights up at night, and it only shows like the outer portion of light. Like these little things light up, these little bullet things that hold it. And there's no top rail, there's no pickets, so there's no obstruction of view. And they even take out the iron in the glass to make it more clear. It's a patent that they have at Regal Ideas. So that's why I use their product. It's not green tinted like normal glass. It's crystal clear. So you literally look right through it at the focal points of the backyard, the swimming pool, and all the beauty, instead of looking at a top rail and a bunch of pickets. So you can sit down out there and enjoy a view. And little things like that are details that I love doing, you know. And I even love that railing so much in that deck up there that, you know, at night, like I said, it lights up. But everybody comes over here and just goes, what kind of railing is that? So I actually had one of my projects I was doing for Guy Fieri. I was building Guy Fieri. You may know him. He's a cook on TV with the spiky bleached blonde hair. He's a good buddy of mine. Yeah, chef. He's a badass chef too. He's really good. So I built some stuff in his house and did some renovations for him. And he, the next door neighbor happened to be Brooke Shields. I donated through Regal Ideas, through Andrew over there, $35,000 worth of railing for her on the seawall next to Guy Fieri, just to showcase it. They were going to put like a regular picket fence. I said, you can't do that. And I showed them the difference. And now they're great friends of mine. They donate to my, you know, I have a children's charity called Little Smiles. They donate and they love it. They, the railing is beautiful. And I don't know anybody else that actually does that crystal railing like that. It's really awesome. But they make different railing too that we used in St. Augustine coming out on the new show. So we have a 13 episodes each season, 26 episodes, 2 seasons back to back coming real soon of the Vanilla Ice project that we did in St. Augustine. And we showcase a lot of the history of St. Augustine, Florida, and the beach. And they're directly on the beach. So these are going to be some really cool episodes. And we showcased another railing that they have from Regal Ideas. And it does have pickets and all that, but it was perfect because it's a beach house. So it kind of has that look that you want. This railing really wouldn't look good on the beach house all modern like that because it's, you know, it just doesn't fit the theme. So we used a different railing and it lights up underneath you and it looks great. You can change colors, but it's very elegant. So we did that. That's coming out on the new season. We're going to showcase some of their other new products. Even in here, I'll show you real quick.
And what station is that coming out on for our readers to know?
So you're looking at it's. I think they all got bought by Discovery Channel. So I'm gonna turn some lights on here. So it's all whatever Discovery. It used to be Scripps. Now it's Discovery. They bought everything.
Okay.
So
You've studied team personalities, thinkers, relators, socializers, directors. How does that help you lead and collaborate with your team more effectively?
Well, that's a great question. And that is exactly a quote from me. And I love that you said that because that helps me put in perspective, you know, how to judge people's character, basically, to fit them in the right position. In other words, if you guys have ever seen the guy Wes Kain on the show with me, he's my right-hand man. He owns a concrete company. He's very responsible. He's a Marine and, you know, a very hard worker. And, yeah, he does that, but you couldn't put him behind a cubicle. couldn't put him on a computer, a filing cabinet. He just wouldn't fit. It's just he's he's an outgoing guy. But so he would be considered a director or a socializer, probably more of a socializer. Then you have thinkers and relators, which are basically people who do like those jobs in the cubicles that we do need, like Angela, who's been working for me for 28 years. And then, they love doing the file cabinet work and everything. And they don't really like big groups of people like Wes does. They're not good with, they're kind of more introverted. They're great at filing and doing what they do and studying the market and the way it works. And Wes could never stand that. So the different type of character helps you build a better team and place people in a happier environment for themselves, because the happier they are, the more successful your team is going to be, because they're going to work harder and enjoy what they do more. So it's just common sense.
Well, that makes sense. You had called your crew ninjas, and I want to know if you could explain what that means.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
how that plays out in every day, in what they do.
So a ninja has many skills, as we all know. Sometimes stealth and all that. But it's really funny how it works, because the way we relate to it is basically the Ninja Turtles. So everybody kind of relates their character in life to what Ninja Turtle they like. And you have to specifically like one, and they all have these different character personalities and stuff. And if you like Raphael, you're more of the wild kind of crazy guy like me, or more of a director type of guy. And then if you like Michelangelo, you're the cool party dude, man. Pizza, you don't take things like crazy. So it's just funny how you can take something we all grew up to in pop culture and let it be funny, but call your crew the ninjas, because we do have many skills. And I always say, like, instead of like saying MacGyver skills, like these young guys never watched that MacGyver movie, only the older ones, so they don't know anything about building an airplane with a paper clip like MacGyver. So we say, use your ninja skills. What does that mean? It means there might not be a part made to fix the problem that you're at, and you might have to think of a way to fix it. Maybe weld something, zip tie it, figure out a way. That's ninja skills. So when we're doing construction, you have to have ninja skills to get, to the finish line. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck trying to figure out a solution to a problem you'll never figure out if you don't have ninja skills.
So if you're a new contractor, how do you develop ninja skills?
That's a very good question there as well, because some guys come naturally with it. Believe it or not, I know a young guy, and he don't even know what that term means, but I see him, and he works with me, and he's great at it. And I come up to him, I go, man, you got ninja skills. He goes, what's that? I go, man, you know how to just make things happen to get to the finish line. If you have to build something or wedge something or whatever it is, it requires that in cabinetry, in shimming or gluing or cutting or miters or anything. There's some kind of roadblock you're going to run into that your local hardware store is not going to fix for you with a tool or a part. You're going to have to do it on your own, and you have to think. That's a ninja skill. So the young guys come with it, and some of them you have to teach them along the way, and experience will always teach you. You go talk to a experienced contractor. Those guys are the ones that will teach you how to do everything. Have you ever seen how fast they put on roof nails and stuff? And they just take the little mechanism off of the air tool there, so it goes like a machine gun, and they run down the roof. I'm like, man, now that's a skill. I would have been up there my first time going chicka, chicka, chicka. I didn't know ninja skills. So
What's a deck building ninja skill that you think?
I just told you one, building a deck. Even they modify some of the tools, even like you would drag race or something and modify a car. They do crazy things. They have ninja skills. You can always tell by their toolkit. They might pull something out that have never seen before. A special little tool that maybe it gaps the decking properly, or maybe it keeps everything uniform and miter cuts. There's all kinds of tricks and trades that come from experience. And building decking is one of the most fun things to do, because that's where you're going to be marinating, spending a lot of time, And we do quite a few decks on the Vanilla Ice project, as you guys have seen. That's why I've teamed up with, Regal Ideas, is because they have some Regal ideas. I've seen on some of their ideas, they have photos on their website, regalideas.com. and I'm not even trying to plug them. I'm really just giving you some honest answers here. Is that company is so amazing. They have a lot of photos that you can get ideas. They do some really cool decks on some of these lakes. And then I saw one. I said, all we've done before was straight glass on on some of these railings. Do you do curved glass? Andrew sends me a picture of this staircase winding coming. Not a staircase like that, but just kind of S shaped, and it has the glass is curved. We can curve the glass. Oh yes, we custom curve the glass to fit whatever, and they put it on CAD program, and they send it over, and it fits perfect, better than OJ's glove. So that's one cool thing that they do, and I like to experiment with different types of radius and curves and stuff like that. Now it does bring the price up because it's a little bit harder to do that, in custom designs, but that's what we're all about, isn't it? I mean, do cutting edge stuff and do something that everybody else hasn't seen, and that's what the new Vanilla Ice project has, is some stuff that people have never seen before, and we're showcasing it this year in St. Augustine, Florida. So it's going to be really cool. Railings and decks are all one of my favorite things because that's a family area. They help sell a house to everyone. You know what I mean? It's not just that floral print in the carpet that sells to the woman in the kitchen and the closets. When you walk outside, the guy's like, oh yeah, honey, you can have all that stuff. I'm going to be out here, just soaking up this beautiful Florida, sunshine and palm trees. So it's fun to do. It's art for me. I love trying to think about every focal point and everything that everybody can see from every angle. So it's not just about building a deck. I like to, continue on with the building. So I do the whole house, and I think about the deck and the focal points as you're sitting on the deck, which is why I use the no railing, no picket fence. You can see through it. And then I do the landscaping below it, and then make sure that the focal point of the swimming pool and the infinity edge is actually there, So I put a lot of OCD in this, which I did get from my mom as well. And you love something, you'll absorb it. You'll also think about a lot of those things like that and different things you can do to make the experience on the deck even better, because focal points to look at are something cool,
Well, you had mentioned, upcoming tour. You had mentioned, this new TV series. What else is ahead that you think our readers would be interested in knowing?
We have a new movie coming out called Zombie Plane, full-on comedy. You're going to love it. I mean, it pretty much explains it right there in the title. Zombie Plane, coming soon. Just finished filming that. Like 2 seasons back-to-back, the Vanilla Ice project that we filmed there in St. Augustine. That took us a year and a half to build those houses. And we took them basically from zero to hero. And they are gorgeous, beautiful, and the most pristine, beautiful, historical city. My favorite city in America now is St. Augustine. It's just gorgeous there. But we brought these houses back and showcase on many episodes, 13 episodes each one. So, kitchens, decking, railing, swimming pools, ocean, just everything. Kitchens, closets, all of it, all the above. And I think people are really going to see something different on this one that they haven't seen on the shows before. So that's going to be cool to showcase all the latest and greatest in technology and home design and staging, decor, drapery, all the cool stuff, that people basically have questions for. What type of decking, you would put around the pool. There's so many different phrases of patterns that you could put around that pool that people don't have a clue of what they actually want. And they have to go out and research it so they can find out the different patterns from the show. From, you have herringbone, you have running bond, random, non-random, French pattern, subway pattern. There's so many different ones, Pool decking has become a really big thing. And people want to know about it. So we're very informative on the TV show about, different ways to find, instead of going through a maze on how to find these different research, just watch the show and you're going to find out in a creative, kind of entertaining way on how to absorb what kind of all pool deckings or anything related to home building on the show. So we've really, after, 13 years, 10 seasons, 11 now, it's going to be 11. And we really appreciate all the people and the hundreds of millions of people watching the show that appreciate what we do out here. It's hard work and we love doing it. and showcasing it to people so they can get their ideas and basically do the American dream or the world dream is own your own home and decorate it the way you want and watch your kids and family raised there and maybe get some cool ideas from that Iceman, It's all fun and entertainment. And even if you don't build homes or don't even care, the show is awesome to watch because we have fun and we're showing people how to, build a team, like as you say, and enjoy the experience and not, bite your nails off, stressing out about it because you can. Construction life is very stressful. So we show people a way how to have fun doing what they do, entertain. You're going to run into some bumps in the road along the way. Just, charge it to the game and keep going. Get to the finish line. Don't get too upset. Things happen. I've broke so many expensive pieces of, I don't know, onyx and marble and things that you just, don't let it take the smile off your face. Because the more you're smiling, the more you get done. It's kind of my motto. But, yeah, you've got a lot of free ice advice there from life, construction, and decking, railing, and building cool teams and enjoying your experience of life. That's what we're really trying to figure out here anyway. So hope I helped you guys out there and give you some light on how to, pattern your life to find happiness, because that's at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about. And you got to have time management to figure out how to, get all these things done and still focus on the most important thing in life, which is your family. And that's what I do. So I'm going to pick up my daughter. She's at her little art class right now. She's turning 7 soon. We got a birthday coming for her around this pool.
Nice.
She does the horse jumping. I'm going out there today. And so we're going to go enjoy family time. That's what it's really all about.
We do a little quick rapid fire questions at the end of our podcast, and I just want to ask you a couple of them and see just whatever comes to mind.
All right.
What's one thing you can't start your day without?
Simple as a pimple. Coffee. It's just, that's construction life. It's one of the greatest things to wake up to. First thing on my brain is, before I even got to get anything done, is got to get coffee first. And then, all the things that you got to get done. Sun hasn't even come up yet. Sitting there here in Florida, we got the most beautiful sunrise and sunset. So we want to make sure we take advantage of both of them. And we watch sunrise and we get our ideas.
Or caffeinated?
Oh, caffeinated.
Okay.
Of course.
What's always in your tool belt?
What's always in my tool belt? I mean, everything that can get anything done that a ninja really needs to make sure that he gets through his day without having to make a bunch of journeys back to the main toolkit in the back of the truck. So keep all the good stuff in the toolkit. Tape measure is probably the most used thing we have. A bunch of extra screws and different things, just assortment of little things to fix little things along the way as you move on, especially for the punch out list. Just when you think you're at the finish line, everything looks pretty much finished, but you got to put in all your baseboards. And then after they're in, you got to come back and caulk them. And then you got to caulk every single nail hole. Then you got to come in and tape it off. And then you got to paint everything. So you're really not quite done. And all your little, electrical outlets, they may be finished and your electrical's finished, but the actual plates are not on. And times 500 in a house, you got to go back and do that. It takes a day and a half. So little punch out list is where your tool belt needs to be stocked with the right punch out list stuff to get you faster to the finish line.
Nice. All right. What was the last song you had on repeat that was not yours?
The last one? Probably, well, my daughter picks, all the songs and stuff. So she's listening to a lot of stuff. But for me, the last one probably would have been something like, because I listen to a lot of Zen music to me. So when I'm trying to focus on doing things and going places and running errands and construction site, I'll listen to Revelation, Stick Figure. I don't know if you know any of these bands, but they're very good Zen music to a lot of my construction guys listen to it, and country. Believe it or not, the Iceman listens to all variations of music, and yes, hip hop. I love that too. So whatever the mood that you're in, let it motivate you. Enjoy your music, because that definitely helps the melody throughout the day and put a smile on your face and give you a perspective of what we're here for. Music is a very, very great way to orchestrate your way through life.
Nice. Um, what book is on your nightstand?
Robert Sheeman, How to Make Money in Real Estate and Have Fun Doing It. And, that's, I read every single way. And The Platinum Rule, which teaches you about, thinkers, relators, socializers, and directors, tells you what you are and how you can build the best team. I basically self-help books. I don't read many novels and stuff like that. I'm out doing things, so those are more people. I'm a thinker. I'm not a thinker. I'm more of a socializing director. So I'm out moving and grooving and orchestrating many different teams of all the many different businesses I own, and managing my time throughout the day. So that helps me do that. And that book is a big one, but self-help books are what I'm kind of target, It's what I do.
Bucket list decking project.
Bucket list decking project. Oh,
Something you have not built but would love to build.
I would love to go build one somewhere I haven't been, just to experience somewhere like maybe up in Canada or something, somewhere on a beautiful lake, and do like some kind of awesome, gondola going back and forth down to the lake, build this incredible deck over a lake on a dock, and a deck on top, a deck on bottom, using my Regal Ideas railing the whole way, and just make it an experience, an artistic experience. That would be something that would be awesome.
What locale would you like to go to?
Like any locale that would be on some kind of beautiful lake, from Tahoe to, there's beautiful lakes in Sacramento, there's beautiful lakes in Canada, but just want to make sure that it's in summertime, because I don't handle, the Iceman don't handle cold weather too well. That's why I marinate here in Florida. So as soon as it warms up and thaws out everywhere, I'd love to go do something like that. You never know, and we'll showcase it, film it the whole way, and bring my team and enjoy the experience.
Nice. Well, this has been awesome. I've really enjoyed our conversation. I've enjoyed learning more about, your space and how you design spaces, and how your team, how they work together, and each plays their own part. I was wondering if you might sing us out with a couple of bars.
Well, I'm the Iceman, kicking like Jackie Chan. It's time to take a stand and tell you, check out the Vanilla Ice Project, man. Hey, it's been great chatting with you guys. Really, come out and see the I Love the 90s tour. You will absolutely love it. It is, everyone is a teenager for the night. We dance, like I was telling you, the importance of that. And we have on there, just to let you know, Rob Bass. So the music is incredible. We have Rob Bass, we have Tone Loc, Young MC, we have Salt and Peppa, we have Naughty by Nature, Color Me Bad, Young MC, did I say that? Gosh, so many, Warren G, and Montel Jordan. So everything you would basically hear like at a wedding or something that a DJ would be playing, you'll recognize every song. Come out and dance with us. You'll enjoy the heck out of it. You will be in pain the next day from dancing so hard, but it's a good pain that you'll remember you had a great time. That's it. Come join us.
Thanks.
And I'm all over. And give us a follow on TikTok. It's the only thing I do. All the rest is not really me. There's like 5,000 websites out there. Don't fall for scams. I only do TikTok. So I don't do Facebook. Don't have him. Just only TikTok. So if you really want to check in with the Iceman, check me out there. All right. Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks again.
Enjoy. Good chatting with you. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.
Regal Ideas, the choice for homeowners nationwide. Fall in love with the outdoors again by creating an outdoor oasis. Make your deck come alive with Regal Ideas. For more inspiration, visit regalideas.com.